Most men miss this until it's too late. They think everything is fine, but in reality, she's already pulling away. When a woman starts losing interest, she rarely says it directly. Instead, you'll notice it in her behavior, her tone, and where her attention goes or doesn't go. And here's the brutal truth. By the time you finally notice, it's often already over. But don't worry. Today, I'll break down the 9 secret signs she's losing interest in you. If you can spot them early, you'll know exactly where you stand and what to do before it's too late. Stay with me until the very end, because the last sign is the most silent, yet the deadliest one of all. Here's the problem. Most guys ignore the signals. They keep chasing, texting, and investing in a woman who's already halfway checked out. Then wonder why she suddenly ghosted them or told them she needed space. The truth is, interest doesn't vanish all at once. It fades slowly, through small changes in how she talks, how she treats you, and how much energy she puts into the connection. If you know how to spot these signs, you'll never be blindsided again. One of the first signs is distance in conversation. In the beginning, she was all in asking you questions, laughing at your jokes, and sending you texts filled with energy. But now her replies are shorter, conversations feel dry, and she stops asking about your life. When someone is emotionally invested, they naturally engage. But when interest fades, communication becomes a chore instead of a joy. Think of the contrast. A woman who's interested will text you good morning just to feel close. But a woman losing interest takes hours to respond with a flat okay or low. If her words shrink, so has her heart. Remember when she used to ask, "How was your day?" and truly cared about the answer. If she doesn't anymore, that's not forgetfulness, that's fading interest. Another sign is when she stops prioritizing time with you. A woman who values you will make time for you, even when life gets busy. But when her interest fades, she cancels plans more often, says she's too busy, yet somehow has time for friends or hours on social media. Psychology is simple. Time is our most precious resource, and who she spends it with shows who matters most. If she once made time to see you even for 15 minutes, but now can't fit you in at all, that's a clear shift. Imagine this: she used to drive across the city just to share a coffee with you. Now she doesn't even have 10 minutes for a call. That's not busyness, it's a decline in investment. You'll also notice it in how much effort she puts into her appearance around you. At the start, she wanted to impress you. She dressed well, wore perfume, and cared about how she looked whenever you met. But now she shows up like she doesn't care, no longer bothering to look her best, while putting effort into how she looks when she goes out without you. When people value someone, they naturally want to attract and impress them. When that effort fades, so does the desire. If she looks radiant when she's with friends but barely tries when she's with you, her energy is shifting elsewhere. Think about it. Tiff, she once spent an hour preparing just to meet you, and now doesn't even brush her hair. That's not comfort, that's disinterest creeping in. Asterisk at the start, she was touchy, warm, and affectionate, hugging you, holding your hand, leaning close every chance she got. But now, hugs feel colder, she avoids sitting too close, and kisses feel more like obligations than passion. Touch is one of the purest expressions of emotional connection. And when emotional investment fades, physical closeness is the first to disappear. An interested woman finds excuses to touch you: a playful push, a hand on your shoulder, leaning into you while laughing. But when she's pulling away, even natural closeness vanishes. If her body pulls back, it's because her heart already has. Think back: she once held your arm proudly while walking by your side, but now her hands stay buried in her pockets. That's not random, it's emotional distance, showing up physically. You'll also notice it in the way she talks about the future. When she's invested, you'll hear things like, "Next month we should try. We have to go there together someday," or "when we move forward." But when interest fades, she talks only about herself. She makes plans that don't include you, or avoids commitment-related conversations altogether. Humans naturally include the people they truly care about in their vision of the future. When you vanish from her plans, it means she's already preparing for life without you. An invested woman says we. A woman losing interest quietly switches to I. If you're not in her future, you're already fading from her heart. Think about it. Aichi once said, "We should travel together next summer." Now it's, "I've been thinking of traveling with my friends." That's not a small shift. It's a massive one. Another painful sign is when arguments begin replacing understanding. Every couple argues, but here's the difference. When a woman is invested, arguments end with solutions. When she's losing interest, arguments never end, they become constant. Suddenly, little things turn into big fights. She criticizes more and appreciates less. It feels like she's picking battles instead of building peace. frequent unresolved conflict signals emotional detachment. And when someone's heart is leaving, they unconsciously search for reasons to justify their distance. An invested woman fights for the relationship, but a disinterested woman fights against it. The uncomfortable truth is this: when respect leaves the room, love is already halfway out the door. Remember when she used to laugh off your small mistakes? Now those same mistakes spark hours of cold silence. That's not about the mistake, it's about fading care. Asterisk, when a woman is truly interested, she lets you into her world. She shares her day, her dreams, her struggles, and even sends little updates just so you feel included. But when her interest starts fading, the openness disappears. Conversations become shallow. You find out about her life through social media instead of directly from her. And the small details she once loved to share no longer reach you. Emotional intimacy is built on sharing, and when she stops opening up, she's closing the door to connection. An invested woman overshares, sometimes even too much, while a disinterested woman keeps you in the dark. If she no longer shares her world with you, it's because she doesn't see you as part of it anymore. Think back, she once texted you, "Guess what just happened at work?" Now she posts it on her story but never mentions it to you. That silence isn't random, it's distance. Another painful shift is when she starts getting easily annoyed by you. In the beginning, even your quirks were cute, your jokes, your habits, your flaws, she found them lovable. But now, those same things irritate her. She sighs, rolls her eyes, or snaps at you over small things, and it feels like you can't do anything right. Psychology shows that when affection is high, the brain filters out flaws with positive bias. But when interest fades, that filter flips, and suddenly everything about you feels irritating. An invested woman sees your quirks as charm. A disinterested woman sees them as burdens. When love fades, tolerance dies with it. She used to laugh when you sang off-key in the car. Now she tells you, "Please, just stop." That change isn't about your singing, it's about her shifting feelings. Finally, the deadliest sign of all. She emotionally checks out. It's not yelling, not fighting, not even ignoring its silence. When she's checked out, she no longer argues, no longer cares where you are or what you're doing. And though she's physically present, she's emotionally gone. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. Hate means there's still emotional energy, but indifference means there's nothing left to give. An invested woman may argue, cry, or get upset, but that's because she still cares. A woman who has lost interest doesn't react at all, and when she stops caring, the relationship is already over. You're just holding on to a ghost. Imagine this: you come home late, and she doesn't ask why. She doesn't question you. She doesn't argue, she simply doesn't care anymore. That silence is louder than any breakup speech. So let's recap the 9 secret signs she's losing interest in you. She becomes distant in conversations. She no longer prioritizes time with you. Her effort in appearance fades. Physical affection disappears. She stops including you in her future. Arguments replace understanding. She stops sharing her world with you. She gets easily annoyed by you. And finally, she emotionally checks out. Brother, remember this: a woman doesn't leave overnight. She leaves little by little through her words, her actions, and her silence. If you see these signs, you have 2 choices: step up and reignite the connection, or accept the truth and walk away with some. Because here's the ultimate truth: when someone values you, you'll never have to question it. When they stop valuing you, no amount of chasing will bring it back. Respect yourself enough to recognize the difference.